Good evening, everybody. I wanted to touch on something that a friend of mine brought to my attention earlier. We were talking about Nashville, and he threw this at me. I hadn't heard about it before. It caught my attention, and there just seems to be some odd connections here. And I thought I would bring it up to your attention, kind of bring you in on it. You make up your own mind on what you think it is. If it's nothing or if it's something, I'm going to let you decide. I think it's kind of odd. I'm not going to make any de facto judgment calls on anything. I'm just going to bring it to your attention and let you decide. So he mentioned to me about this room 641A. And so I did a little research on it. Now, room 641A, I will tell you immediately, is located in an AT&T facility in San Francisco. But there are other locations. And that's what we're going to discuss here. I will leave all of the links in the comments for you to look at the same thing that I'm looking at. If you can't see it well, or if I'm moving too fast or whatever, I will leave links for you to go look at yourself. Okay, room 641A. This is per Wikipedia. Room 641A is a telecommunication interception facility operated by AT&T for the U.S. National Security Agency as part of its warrantless surveillance program as authorized by the Patriot Act. And for those of you who know that after 9/11, the Patriot Act came into being, and it essentially nulled and voided the Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution, the Bill of Rights. We don't have a Fourth Amendment anymore. The government can de facto hack into and get access to our emails, our text messages, our photographs, anything that we have digital. The government can access it without a warrant, at a whim, whenever they want to. So there's that. The facility commenced operations in 2003, and its purpose was publicly revealed in 2006. Room 641A is located in the SBC Communications Building at 611 Folsom Street, San Francisco, 3 floors of which were occupied by AT&T before SBC purchased AT&T. The room was referred to in internal AT&T documents as the SG3 Study Group 3 Secure Room. The room measures about 24 by 48 feet and contains several racks of equipment, including a Norris STA-6400, a device designed to intercept and analyze internet communications at very high speeds. It is fed by fiber optic lines from beam splitters installed in fiber optic trunks carrying internet backbone traffic. In the analysis of J. Scott Marcus, a former CTO in GTE and a former advisor to the Federal Communications Commission, it has access to all internet traffic that passes through the building and therefore, quote, the capability to enable surveillance and analysis of internet content on a massive scale, including both overseas and purely domestic traffic, end quote. Now, here's kind of where it gets a little more interesting. The existence of the room was revealed by former AT&T technician Mark Klein and was the subject of a 2006 class action lawsuit by the Electronic Frontier Foundation against AT&T. And then right here, Klein claims he was told that similar black rooms are operated at other facilities around the country. And there we have it. So AT&T has basically given the NSA a place in their main facilities to do all of this, to do whatever they want to. And we all know most people in the U.S. that have internet service have it through AT&T. There's a lot of Verizon. There's some other stuff here and there. And I'm pretty sure that those companies also are allowing the NSA to do this. Obviously, I'm sure they are. But AT&T is the biggest, and any of the internet traffic from your IP address that is routed to whatever your hub is, whether it be Atlanta, Dallas, or whatever, goes through these main hubs, and the NSA just whatever it wants, it has. It can look at anything. Then we get to the Nashville bombing. Okay. Horrifying bomb attack in Nashville appears to target AT&T hub. Okay, this is what I would like to call a sub-hub. It's not a main hub, but a sub-hub that serves a very large area. Now, the larger AT&T building, only, 100 or so yards away, was not directly targeted, but this facility that had all the communication stuff in it was. And I believe it was targeted for a very specific reason. If you can look at here, it did a lot of damage when it went off right here. But then I found this article by The Intercept. The NSA's hidden spy hubs in 8 U.S. cities. And if you know The Intercept, you know they are absolutely credible. They are one of the best independent journalist outlets you will find. You will not hear a lot of this stuff on the mainstream media. And this was a couple of years ago, June 25th to the 19th. They broke the story that the NSA has hidden spy hubs in 8 U.S. cities through AT&T main hubs. And like I said, I'm going to leave these links for all of you to read. But they go into everything in detail. And they give sort of a map here. This is sort of an outline of the United States. You can see there's an AT&T main hub, Seattle, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Dallas, Atlanta, Washington, New York, Chicago. Here's Georgia, here's Atlanta, here's Tennessee. And what is this little red square right here? Well, when you go down, they give a animation. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we know we've got an NSA main hub here in Atlanta. That's where the blue is. So I took some screenshots of each of these, and I want us to take a look at those. So, when we look here, okay, we see the main Dallas hub, we see the main AT&T NSA Atlanta hub, and then right here around where Nashville, this is what I was calling a sub-hub. And you see how it seems that a lot of the stuff coming this way, to and from here, here, and here, all sort of channels through the Nashville sub-terminal or facility here, coming out. Okay. Peering Link Router Complex, that's going to be your blue. That's going to be your main AT&T NSA hubs here. If we go to Nashville, our red square, VoIP Router Complex. So it's like a routing facility, a sub-router facility instead of a main one. And it seems like everything has to go through here. And look, it's Georgia. And in our last video, we covered the weird, oddly strange connection of Cerberus, Capital, how they owned the AT&T facilities there in Nashville, and how Cerberus was tied in with Dominion Voting, and Carlyle Group. If you haven't seen that video, it was our last video. Go watch it. It's just kind of odd. It's kind of strange how all that kind of ties in. But yeah, this could be a nothing burger. It could be something. I'm just bringing it to your attention. Take it. Do with it what you will. Stay vigilant. Prayed up. God bless. Happy New Year.